Hello everybody, my name is Eric, and today we're going to be looking at fake crypto mining software, which was suggested by a commenter, and I think this is interesting. Now, there's a pretty obvious problem to anyone with even a cursory knowledge of crypto, which is the amount of Bitcoin this person is supposedly making. Mining 1 Bitcoin as the official upload, this is a re-upload, which is another sign this isn't legit. Of course, there are people who re-upload videos that are not theirs, but one of the signs this is questionable is right here. So 1 Bitcoin per month. Now, I'm going to assume that they're talking about from mining a single, like from their own computer, not from other computers. So we have video with no talking and just music. Now that can also be somewhat of a red flag purely because it is less identifiable. If you're talking in a video, people can identify who you are. Okay. That is utterly insane. Now this is also, I think they're borrowing the name of Nice Hash with Nitro Hash. Is he mining this on the CPU? Are we supposed to... This is like something I would assume is an April Fool's joke, because you've got 300 petahashes a second from a CPU. Is that maybe I'm old, so that feels like that's C. Okay, no, actually, so petahashes, that would actually be a pretty good Bitcoin hash rate. I had Bitcoin and Ethereum rates mixed up, but still. That's obviously you're not mining. Well, you're probably not mining more than mega hashes on a CPU. So let's see where we can download this interesting file. I think we know there's some sort of scam going on here. The most innocent scam would be that Nitro Hash Miner is just going to mine using your computer and send the money to them instead of you. That would be the most innocent outcome. The most nefarious outcome is that it's also going to function as spyware and steal all of your information. I imagine, okay, it may be dangerous. Yes, it is dangerous. So let's extract this. Extract all. Hit next. And let's see what Nitro Hash Miner has to offer us. So we got... Oh, Windows Defender's already gone off. Contact them on what I assume is Twitter or Telegram. We got Savasky, so it's going to execute commands. It's Trojan, yes. So I want to allow it on my device. Yes. Now we can go back. Oh, it's already been removed, but we can extract it again. Okay. Once again, we're going to allow this to run. It's good that Windows Defender is giving us so many opportunities if we weren't intentionally running malware to not run this malware. Okay. So a bad sign, if you've downloaded a program from the internet and you double click it and it doesn't do anything, that's a really bad sign. Because it probably is working in the background. It's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. I'll give these guys credit. At least everything is properly, they've got their own icon. They're not using somebody else's. So, they put a bit more effort into this than the other stealers did. But now let's check our temp folder, where these kind of things tend to hide out. Store password. Okay, actually, no, that's firmware. False alarm. Okay. Nothing too obvious here. Now let's see, has anything else had a recent update? Here we go. CLR. Update.exe. This is actually an exe or a text. Oh, it's a text document. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. At least it's text. Credentials. That looks like a real Microsoft file. Temp, packages. Okay. So let's see if we've got any other traces of where this thing might have gone to. What's this doing here? Our protection signature update service. Okay, so far looking decent. I imagine that Microsoft is able to verify their own certificates. It would be utterly hilarious if they weren't. Let's go back to a known save file and just compare these signatures. But I'm pretty sure there's this one. This all looks okay. So let's look in some other places that they can hide. First of all, actually, let's do our File Explorer options. So we can, a couple of things you always want to enable. Show hidden folders, hide extensions. You want to be sure that you can see extensions. That's one of the fastest ways to get into trouble. Packages. Let's open this up and just verify that nothing sneaky's gone in here. Windows Photos. What's hiding out in here? Systems app data. That's really peculiar that's just shown up. But that seems... Let's see what else has shown up. I'm also going to upload this to VirusTotal to see what their sandbox has to say. Because it's possible that this actually isn't stealthing. It's actually VirusTotal. The other possibility is that this is VMware malware that's actually just not doing anything. Checking hash. Yes, so this is obviously malware. Okay, cryptic. Yes, we can see this is clearly not a legitimate file. There are also some, okay, it does detect debug environment, that are what I call run and done stealers, where you run them once and then they immediately, okay, so update.exe, percent app data percent. Yup, here we go. So that log probably was something. And this is a common trick, that malware will disguise itself as an update. And this is a good way for people asking how you deal with these things. We're just going to allow it for now. A good way, if your Windows Defender doesn't catch it, is to drag it into VirusTotal, and it will give you an idea of where this thing tends to drop files, because these are things that need to go. So it's setting registry keys, and it's running some commands. This one is every time you log in. This is clever. I'm actually going to make a video on hidden ways malware can hide, but this is one of them, where what it'll do is instead of running this program through your regular task scheduler, which it might do as well, but Edge, Google Update, it doesn't seem to have done that. What it's doing instead is hiding out. I'm just checking it hasn't hidden anywhere else. It's hiding out in your registry for WinLogon so that you wouldn't be able to easily find this. Now, there's an easy way to outsmart this system, and that is to use auto runs. Now, what I'm going to do instead, both are equally valid, is just delete the file. If you're cleaning a system, you should do both, and also run a scan. Go through here and make sure that you don't have any exceptions that shouldn't be there. Really, very little reason for any exclusions to be here. We have none, but one of the ones I showed in a previous video would set up a bunch of exclusions so that it could continue to hide. So, no new threats, but let's go and find our allowed threats. We're going to not allow these two. And we're also going to not allow this one. Now, after doing this, Windows Defender will hopefully find and get rid of our two problem files. Okay, threats found. Which one is this? Hopefully it's only the downloads one, which would show that manually, yes. So we can get rid of this. Quarantine. We've already deleted the one in app data, so now we should be clean. Now, I'm going to get auto runs so I can just show you quickly how we deal with a auto runner that has installed itself this way. I just messed up. So the A on the auto runs, that means that it is for Windows on ARM, which of course this is not a Windows ARM VM. This is just the regular x86 64. Okay, so here we go. Now we're gonna find, we can go through and it'll show every single way. And auto runs is nice enough to hide. You can hide anything added by Windows and Microsoft, and that'll give you a good idea of what probably was added. Now you got to be a little bit careful because some of this is quite normal. Now if you find something that says not verified, that's a question. That one I'm not too sure about. When was this added? That's a while ago, so that's probably just something weird going on. Seems like Windows may have dealt with this itself. So let's just look at logon. Seems like Windows Defender did its job. So now what I'm going to do, just to demonstrate this method, is turn off real-time protection and run our virus again. Now with real-time protection gone, this thing will be free to do whatever it wants. Doesn't stop small screen, but we can just ignore that. Now we can refresh this. We should now see our strange friend. Oh, that's weird. So now that we completely killed Defender, we got further than we did the first time. This is saying contact support NitroHash on Telegram. So I guess that's what we would have to do if we just suddenly realized that, wait a second, that software we downloaded didn't work as intended. I don't know why it didn't do that before we completely killed Defender, but it didn't. And here you can see something fishy. Now, this is pretty funny. Online blood bank management. Would you trust that? I would hope not. Usually, once you get to this phase, it's pretty obvious that this doesn't belong. So here we go, and now if you see anything fishy in there, don't just take it out of here. Also, go to %app data%, nuke it here, and also nuke it here. Oh, it's open, so we need to kill this file before we can get rid of it. Update.exe, use task manager to do that. Now we can simply kill it here, make sure it hasn't respawned anywhere else, and make sure that it's not a part of any. Okay, so there was another. Yeah, now it also says file not found. So if you nullify it in any of these ways, you're good. So I think that should be all for this video. I would strongly recommend not installing this. To me, it looks like this was a relatively normal stealer, although given it had the Telegram connection, it might also be doing some more stuff. It's a bit like the one I showed you in one of my other videos, where the virus will give you a fake error message to explain away the fact that it's not working. I strongly recommend, unless you have a really good confirmation that you have something legitimate, you do not run any suspicious file that is flagged by your antivirus. That's all for now. Bye.